What is up, guys? It's Caitlin B and welcome back to my channel. I am so excited for today's video because today I'm going to talk to you guys about all of the paranormal experiences that I have encountered over the past year, and one of them I hadn't talked about in my first video. If you guys missed that one, I will put it in the info bar above. Definitely go watch that one if you haven't, but I have encountered some equally crazy experiences in the past year. I don't know, I consider myself really receptive. I think I experience a lot of these things because I'm very open-minded to it. I meditate a lot and I ask for these kinds of messages. So I know a lot of you guys would be really freaked out by these things, but for me, I've been mostly really fascinated by them. So I'm gonna share with you guys some of my favorites over the past year. Sorry if my eyes are like stuck together from my eyelash glue. My first story actually did happen before I even did the last video. I don't remember why I didn't talk about it. I probably just forgot to include it, but it's quite possibly the most insane that I've ever experienced. So a quick little backstory for you guys. My grandparents were quite a bit older. Both my grandpas died before I was born. So I only knew my grandmothers, and both of them have also passed. I grew up next door to my friend Alex, and we did like everything together growing up. We even went to college together. Her grandma Donna was like my second grandma, or my third grandma, I guess. I spent a lot of time with her and we just loved her. She was like a cool hip grandma. I didn't have any grandparents left of my own, and she just kind of took over that role for me, I guess. She was always seemingly really healthy, really active. Our senior year of high school is when things kind of declined really quickly. She found out that she was ill and it just escalated really quickly because it was caught really late. So unfortunately, the day that Alex and I were leaving to college, our freshman year, was also the day that her grandma Donna passed away. As you can imagine, it was really hard on her and also me because that was like the last living grandmother figure that I had in my life as well. So I believe this happened after her funeral. It was about 2 weeks into college, and we were in my dorm room and Alex got an email and she saw it was addressed from her grandma's email. So before even opening it, she's like, Caitlin. I remember this scene so vividly in my head, but she was like on the couch and immediately got up and was just so startled by this. She was like, Caitlin, I got an email from my grandma's email. So I was like, no you didn't. And she's like, yeah I did. We were like, what the fuck? Immediately we thought, oh, it's probably her mom like cleaning out her grandma's stuff and sent us an email like saying what's up from your grandma's email address. I don't know. We didn't think too far into it at this point, but we were like kind of confused. So we opened the email together and immediately we realized that there's no message in the email, like there's no words, but there is an attachment at the bottom. What is this? What's going on? We click on the attachment and then it starts loading like on the screen. We realize it's a picture of Alex and I when we were 4 years old building a snowman out in the front yard. And who do you think took that picture? It was her grandmother. And the only person who had that picture was her grandma, and she had downloaded it onto her computer. Again, at this point we didn't really think too far into it. Like we were immediately freaked out, but then immediately again we were like, okay, it's probably her parents or her aunt or uncle going through her grandma's computer and found a picture of us and then just sent it to us. So we immediately call Alex's mom and we ask her if she's at her grandma's house right now, and she said she wasn't. We tell her all about it, and we immediately like could tell from the tone of her voice that she didn't know anything about this. We asked her dad, so we got him on the phone, and he as well had no idea where this came from. And the only other people that would have been able to go through her stuff was Alex's aunt and uncle, and we also called them and asked, did you send us this email from grandma's computer or her email? And they both had no idea what we were talking about. We could tell again from the tone of their voice, like they weren't joking around, like they literally had no idea what we were talking about. So we were like, what the fuck? No one else had access to her house, and all of her family thought that would have been super weird of them to go through her pictures and find a picture of us and then just send it to Alex's email with no explanation. So to this day, none of us know who sent that email, where it came from, other than that it came from her grandma Donna. And I know it sounds absolutely insane, especially if none of this stuff has ever happened to you guys. I understand if you think it's crazy and illogical, but to me, like, so many of these things have happened that I just kind of get used to it by now. I did ask the psychic twins about it. I actually had a reading with the psychic twins a year ago, last October. This was before they even had a YouTube channel and like blew up. If you guys want me to do a video on that and like what they told me, and especially like looking back a year later, then let me know in the comments below. But yeah, I had mentioned to them in the reading if they had any explanation for it, and they actually started laughing and they were like, you know, I believe how many people also had experiences very similar to this, that they've received messages from their loved ones through through electronics. And from what I understand, when I've talked to other psychics and mediums, the biggest way for your loved ones to contact you is actually through dreams, and then the second way that's easiest for them is through electronics, which I had no idea when this happened, but after learning that, it kind of just solidified in my mind that this was Grandma Donna, and I just think that's really cool. My next experience is a short one, and I just wanted to include this because I don't know if any of you have experienced something like this before. I still am not 100% sure if this is like a paranormal experience, but let me know what you guys think because I think it's still kind of creepy. I can't remember like exactly when this was, a couple months ago. I slept over at Alex's apartment. We had a movie on, we put Ollie in his kennel so he wasn't like next to us or anything, and I was facing the wall, and it wasn't long after I started dozing off that I felt someone touching my hair. This was no like little touch. Someone was patting my head and then also running their fingers through my hair, like multiple times were running their fingers through my hair. I was still kind of drowsy and I was like, why are you touching my hair? Like I was getting annoyed because I was trying to fall asleep, right? No one mess with me when I'm trying to sleep, okay? I thought he was like trying to be cute or something and like run his fingers through my hair, but I was also tired, so I was like, why are you touching my hair? And I get no response, so I said it again. And then finally I get a response and he goes, what are you talking about? I finally flip over and he's dead asleep. So I start panicking naturally and I start like hitting him to wake him up. I was like, why were you just touching my hair? And I was getting really defensive because there were fingers through my hair. And he's like, I've literally been dead asleep and you just woke me out of my sleep. I told him what happened and he was really freaked out, and actually he couldn't sleep the rest of the night. And so like when we woke up in the morning, he's like, I had no sleep last night. I was so freaking terrified because of what you said last night and I don't know how you sleep. And I was like, oh really? I just like fell asleep right after. It's just kind of like normal. And he's like, how is this normal? Yeah, I don't really know what to think about that. I don't know if you guys think that's paranormal or not. I still don't know what to think about that. There was no windows open again, or like no breeze was touching my hair. It was a physical sensation. It wasn't like I was dreaming it. I've never had sleep paralysis or anything like that. I just don't really have an explanation for it, but if you guys do or have had anything similar happen to you, then definitely let me know in the comments below. My next experience is a terrifying one for me because I've never experienced anything like it, and I still feel really stupid talking about it. I don't tell like anyone about this except for Alex because he was there with me, but other than that I don't talk about it because I just feel like a crazy person, to be honest. But I saw someone comment this on my last paranormal video and I was like, I believe you because I've actually experienced this myself, so I thought I would bring it up in this video because apparently some of you guys have experienced this as well. I can't remember when this was exactly, but I was in Wisconsin visiting my boyfriend's family. We had just gone to dinner and like a movie or something, so it was night out, it was pitch dark outside, and to get back to his house, like we have to go through roads that really no one is around, like there's no other cars around, there's not even like many street lights. So we were just chatting away, listening to music in the car, and I just remember this so vividly because I've never seen anything like it before. I just can't explain this experience, and again I feel so stupid talking about this because you guys are probably gonna think I'm insane and so dumb. All of a sudden I see a man walking not very far away from the car, so I immediately start screaming because there's all of a sudden a person walking right in front of us and he's going to get hit. Alex was staring right at the road. It wasn't like he was distracted by anything. He was fully aware, paying attention, but it freaked me out because I was like, why is this person walking in the middle of the road this dark? And I realized as we got closer to this person, because I could still see him walking as we got closer, that it wasn't a real person. The only way I can explain this is that it literally was the definition of a shadow person. I'm gonna be honest, I've watched videos about shadow people before and I've never believed in them. This person was clearly wearing a top hat. I could see like the profile of his face. I knew that it was like a man, but there wasn't any features to this person. And as we got closer, it disappeared. And it was the scariest thing I've ever seen, you guys. Ugh. True terror across my face. I started tearing up after this happened because I can't explain it and I was panicking and he had no idea how to deal with it. I feel so bad. Alex is like, what the heck is going on? And I couldn't even like make out the words as to what I saw. And I just want to throw this out there because I know someone's gonna comment this. I was in no way under the influence of anything, you guys. After this happened, I rewatched some videos about shadow people and I actually looked up some forums and a lot of people say they often see them with a top hat and it's like a man. And so ever since then, like I feel like all the experiences that I've had are like good. That one was the only one that freaked me out that I didn't feel like I felt like unsettled about, and really like my heart was racing so much as we got closer and closer. So you guys are probably gonna think I'm insane for that one, but terrifying. So I'm gonna end this with a happy experience, an uplifting one that honestly like melts my heart so much, and I still get so like amazed by this experience. And I know you guys get really creeped out about these videos, and a lot of you guys are like, why am I watching these at night? So hopefully you guys leave this video not scared and feel more like happy about your loved ones who have passed and knowing they're in a good place, because this last experience really touched me, and you guys would know how much this one really meant to me. Whew. So if you guys watch my videos, then you would know that I experienced a very traumatic experience a couple months ago with my dad passing away. I did one video on it, but ever since then I haven't really like talked much about it publicly, I suppose, or even privately, honestly. But I've been having a really hard time with it. Obviously, it's still very fresh in my mind, and it like doesn't seem real, honestly. When I was home getting my sinus surgery back in August, I decided I wanted to finally talk to a medium and hopefully channel my dad. For my personal healing, I need to know things, and I need to like get messages and signs from him. Every single day I'm like talking out loud to my dad because I miss him so much, and I do feel like he's here when I talk to him out loud, especially. If you guys want another video on like how I've communicated with him in dreams and everything, I can definitely do that because it's been really cool. If you guys follow me on Twitter, then you may know the story because I actually did tweet about it after it happened. Before the reading, I was really worked up and nervous and just really wanted my dad to come through, and I was so scared that I'm gonna talk to this medium and I'm not gonna hear from my dad. Like, he's not gonna come through because it did just happen like in March, and I was like, is this too soon for me to be doing this? I don't know. And it also freaked me out because my dad was such a skeptic. Like, he wasn't even skeptical. Like, he didn't even think there was an option for that to, like, for you to communicate with people who have passed. Like, anytime I had a ghost experience, he just shook it off and thought it was insane. And so for that reason, I was really nervous that he wouldn't come through to me because he didn't believe in that stuff. Anyway, I had his things around me. I was wearing his sweatshirt that he gave me. I just said out loud, Dad, please come through to me at this reading. You're the only person I really want to talk to, and just give the medium a sign that only I would know that it's you. So out loud, I said, Dad, if you come through today to the medium, please give her a sign of my nickname that you called me, which is Bug. And so he'd always call me Bug or Katie Bug. That was his nickname that he came up with for me. Give her a sign, kind of for me, like give me a sign, but through her, of a bug, because that's my nickname, and that's just so random. So I was like, I don't know, just give her a sign please to let me know that it's you. The reading was only supposed to be an hour, and it ended up being like 2.5 hours because there was so much information. When my dad actually came through, because he was the last person to actually come through, which was really cool, in the middle of talking to my dad, we'd already been talking to him for a little bit, she just stops what she's talking about and she goes, oh my god. And then I was like, what? And she just said to me, why is he showing me bugs all over me? Like, he's putting all these bugs on me. Like, why is he showing me bugs? I hate bugs. And at that point, I just absolutely lost it, bawling. I told her that before the reading, I actually sat down and out loud asked my dad to show her bugs because that's my nickname that he called me. So it all made sense to her after that, and she thought that was the coolest thing ever, how they do that to give you little validations that it's them. I'd already been like blown away throughout the rest of the reading, but at that point, it just really touched me because that was the one thing that I asked my dad to do, and he did that. So yeah, those are my updated paranormal experiences. If you guys have had any paranormal experiences and you guys hadn't told me in the last video, or if you've had more since then please let me know in the comments below, because I still love reading your guys' comments from that last video, which is kind of part of the reason I wanted to do this updated video, because I love hearing what you guys have to say. So let me know, have you guys ever had a spirit touch you before? Have you ever seen a shadow person? Have you ever talked to a medium and gotten some amazing validation like I did? Let me know in the comments below. I hope you get reassurance from your loved ones like I did, and just know that you're not going anywhere. Let me know if you guys like this video by giving this a thumbs up, and of course subscribing to my channel if you guys haven't below. But I love you all so much, and I hope you guys have a fabulous day, and I will talk to you guys later. Mwah!